Welcome to Light Accelerator, a YouTube channel where we'll try to bring a little more light, a little less fear into your day. Introduction. We have, in 2020 and 2021, experienced a world that is unprecedented in the degree of fear and alarm that has been generated and actively promoted by governments worldwide. We will not discuss the merits or cause, but will instead focus on climbing out of that narrative and into a world that is beyond any narrative other than that which you embrace for yourself. Scope. We will try not to disturb people unduly with any particular worldview, but inevitably our thoughts and presentations will be coloured by our own experience. We will try to set out a common framework that should not be too awkward for all to consider as reasonable. Structure. We will deal with the obvious, our minds and bodies as we experience them day to day, but we will not shirk from exploring what I might call higher mind, which we all at some level, regardless of perspective, have experienced. To the scientific atheist or atheist nihilist, as they might be more accurately described, denying any experience not based on neurons and physics, I would invite you to consider that you have imagination and intuition. That will suffice. To the religious person who gives authority to a written text or texts, I invite you to consider that higher mind is naturally in your world a gift of your Creator God, and so there is no conflict between what you choose to believe and what I personally experience and consider to be natural. To the spiritual and New Age enthusiast, we have perhaps the most in common, but even so, my perspective might be a little different. Nevertheless, we both recognize that our awareness is not limited to a body. If the scientific atheist has not yet explored sufficiently to recognize the trivial accuracy of that statement, then I suggest simply, as a mathematician and analyst, that a little more exploration is in order. Focus. Above all, I would point out that what I suspect or hope I'll be covering in these videos will likely pay attention very much to the ordinary lives that we lead, so that even if our perspectives seem different as to higher mind, there will be much, I hope, that may still be helpful. Reach out. I hope to begin shortly a mailing list for those who'd care to have a message carrying a little more light, a little less fear, into their inbox, on a nearly, I suspect, daily basis. A link will be provided below when that becomes available. In the meantime, and any time after that, feel free to reach out to me at the email address in the footer, andrew@amather.com. On Facebook, I've set up a Facebook group, Light Accelerator, for those who'd like to embrace sharing a little more light, a little less fear with others, and hope we'll see you there. People coming together for a common purpose has traditionally been a powerful source of change. Light Accelerator. And lastly, let me perhaps address the connotation of Light Accelerator. I intended it to convey the momentum that we might build together to seeing light rather than fear spreading across the planet. Right now, I can hardly see that as a bad thing if we should accomplish that. Getting in touch. As I say, if you're so inclined, feel free to get in touch. Andrew@amather.com should reach me.